Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the B segment of episode 46 of The Loud House, Friend or Foe. We begin this segment at Royal Woods Elementary School, where the students of Miss Shrinivas' kindergarten class are receiving their first report cards. Naturally, Lisa has an A in all her subjects, with the exception of one subject, social skills, which she has an F in instead. She goes to see Miss Shrinivas thinking that this was a mistake. This is also the first time where Miss Shrinivas' name is said out loud during a segment rather than just being visible in the credits. But Miss Shrinivas clarifies to Lisa that she has an F in social skills because she hasn't made any friends. And she eventually agrees to strike a deal with Lisa. If Lisa can make a friend, she'll raise her grade for that particular subject to an A. Lisa takes the statement of make a friend too literally and actually creates a robot that she dubs FriendBot. But Miss Shrinivas is quick to clarify that she means that Lisa becomes friends with a human and would prefer it if the human is one of her fellow classmates. Lisa calls Miss Shrinivas a stickler, but decides to go along with it for the sake of her grade. Lisa apparently she seems to believe that there will be an interplanetary council in the future, and she wants to be a member of this council. So that's why she wants to make sure that all of her subjects, her school subjects, are A's. So back at the Loud House, Lisa is trying to brush up on some research about friendship, and she explains this to Lily when the youngest of the Loud siblings walks up to Lisa during her research. But then Lisa notices Lincoln greeting Clyde, and the two of them are about to hang out, and Lisa decides that maybe it would be better for her to observe other friends in action, or field research as Lisa puts it. So we see Lisa, she's taking audio notes to herself, and as she's watching different friends doing various activities. First, it's Lincoln and Clyde. Then she observes Lynn and Margot. And at one point, she observes Lori and Lenny. I mean, some people might argue that your siblings don't count as friends, but some might make that argument. So I guess some people will debate about that particular one. But the last pair of friends that she observes doing something together are Lynn Sr. and Kotaro from Fantastic Voyage. After these observations, Lisa feels confident that she'll be able to succeed in making a friend with one of her classmates. And although she says that the first classmate that walks through the door is the one that she'll make friends with, she goes back on that. Because the first person to walk into the class is a boy named Petey Wimple, and Lisa is not too fond of the fact that he likes to eat glue. The second classmate is a girl named Charlotte Yang, but Lisa doesn't want to be friends with her either because she's known to bite. So the third student is a girl named Darcy Homandollar, and Lisa thinks that Darcy will make a good friend for the sake of her grade. So she starts to strike up a friendship with Darcy, and Darcy seems quite receptive. And so we see some scenes where Lisa progressively forms a bond with Darcy, and well, Darcy seems to to appreciate being friends with Lisa. She actually wants to present Lisa as her new friend for show and tell at one point. And Miss Shrinivas is impressed enough that she's willing to bump Lisa's social skills grade up to an A. Feeling that now that her social skills grade is an A, Lisa feels that she can now resume her usual scientific research. But then she notices that Darcy still wants to hang out with her, and Lisa admits to herself that she didn't anticipate that someone would still want to be her friend even after she met her objective. But she thinks to herself that Darcy did help her in improving her grade and social skills, so she tries to humor Darcy, tries to still be friendly with her, and yeah, like she tries to say, why don't we do a rain check? Yeah, she says that she wants to do a rain check or circle back to some of the things Darcy wants to do, while Lisa wants to focus on her research or her studies. And eventually, though, it gets to the point where Lisa's patience have worn out, and Lisa, she tries to lay it down gently, well, as gently as Lisa can do so, but Lisa admits that, pretty much admits to Darcy that she just wanted to be friends with her so she could improve her grade, and that there's really no need for them to be friends anymore now that the grade has been secured. And naturally, this hurts Darcy's feelings, and she starts to cry. And Miss Shrinivas sees this, and after Darcy admits why she's crying, Miss Shrinivas comforts Darcy, and then she scolds Lisa for saying she doesn't want to be friends with Darcy anymore, and sending her to the timeout spot. And telling Lisa to think about the importance of friends, because Lisa admits she still doesn't see the point of having friends. And while she's in the timeout spot, Lisa fears that she won't be able to join the Interplanetary Council. But then Darcy comes up to see Lisa, and she offers one of her cookies to Lisa. And Lisa doesn't understand why Darcy would want to make her, as in Lisa, feel better. And Darcy still apparently considers Lisa her friend, even though her feelings were hurt earlier. And that's where Lisa finally comes to realize the importance of having friends. Lisa apologizes to Darcy, and she even splits the cookie in half so Darcy can have the cookie too, and invites Darcy to keep her company. And, well, Darcy's happy, Lisa's happy. Miss Shrinivas sees this, and she seems to have... We don't actually see what she's writing down, but I think it's safe to say that she's... raising Lisa's social skills grade back up to an A again. And the segment ends with Lisa Lisa invites Darcy over to her house to check out her CAT scan, and Darcy mistakes the CAT scan for a literal cat. Now, this is the third segment where Lisa played a significant role in the segment. The first time was snowboard. The second time was making the grade. And I did mention that before in the videos where I discussed those two segments. I really did like this segment. While I admit I wasn't too fond of the previous two Lisa significant segments, this one was well executed, so I actually did enjoy this segment. And it's worth mentioning that, yeah, not only was Lisa an important part of the segment, she was the viewpoint character of the segment. Lincoln only had about 2 scenes and a handful of dialogue in the segment, so this was definitely very much Lisa's segment. And like I said, they actually executed it very well. And Darcy Homandollar made her appearance here, and she's already very popular among fans. Fans do find her to be a very likable character. And it probably does help that Darcy is one of the. Darcy played a role in helping to endear Lisa to some fans because, yeah, while I would say Lori, Lola, and Lynn, particularly Lynn, seem to be the sisters with the most notorious reputation among certain fans and viewers, Lisa seems to be was sort of more of a mixed bag. Like, I know there were a few people who, while they still, like Lisa was one of the sisters that some fans and viewers weren't too fond of, or they thought that she didn't get to have as many flattering moments, we'll say. This segment helped that out a lot. Lisa was definitely portrayed in a better light in this particular segment. And yeah, in one particular moment, because even though Lisa admitted she didn't want to be friends with Darcy anymore, she was notably concerned when she saw Darcy crying. I mean, she missed the point that it was because she hurt Darcy's feelings, and she thought it was like a chemical getting into her eye or something like that, but it was still a pretty nice gesture on her part, even though Lisa missed the point that it was her own fault. But it's a nice way to show us that Lisa tends to be portrayed as the mad scientist type of character, but she's not heartless, so I did appreciate that. And Lisa did learn her lesson, and yeah, she mended fences with Darcy, so a lot of fans are hoping that Darcy will make a return in Season 3. This was really the only appearance she had in Season 2, but yeah, we've had examples in the show where there are serialized elements, like even if they're minor, like, or relatively smaller compared to bigger status quo changes, such as Lynn Sr.'s new job as the co-chef of a restaurant. That might be the case here. Maybe Darcy will... they might show a change in the status quo by showing Darcy hanging out with Lisa, and yeah, I'd be open to that. Darcy's a likable character, so I wouldn't object if we saw more of Darcy in the future. And, speaking of Lynn Sr., Kotaro appeared in this segment, one of the Minivan Society members from Fantastic Voyage, and like I said, that was a nice touch, too, to see another one of the friends of the Loud parents making a return. Again, it kind of gives us a little insight about what the parents do outside of the Loud house. Yeah, outside of their family. And that's why I appreciated Kotaro's appearance, even if it was a brief one. And yeah, this was the return of Miss Shrinivas, who first appeared in Making the Grade, and yeah, I felt Miss Shrinivas definitely had a better showing in this segment than she did in Making the Grade. Yeah, Lisa described her as a bit of a stickler in this segment, but I think this segment made it pretty clear that Miss Shrinivas's more harsher demeanor is more from having to put up with Lisa, and yeah, I can see why she would have that harsher demeanor towards Lisa. And I guess you could still say that her harshness towards Lincoln was probably, in Making the Grade, was probably due to her being stressed out about the illness that befell her students, even though I still think it was a low blow on her part to more or less blame Lincoln for the student's illness when he didn't force Lisa to change her behavior, as a lot of the characters seem to blamed him for, but I digress. But yeah, we did get to see Miss Shrinivas definitely has a kind side to her. She was shown comforting Darcy after Darcy's feelings were hurt, and she was reasonable. She did agree to raise Lisa's grade if she proved that she could make friends. And yeah, by the end of the segment, when Lisa mended fences with Darcy, Miss Shrinivas kept her end of the deal. So So this is another good example about why you shouldn't judge someone by your first impression of them, or why first impressions are not always accurate. So there we go. Yeah, it was nice to see Miss Shrinivas in a better light compared to when she first appeared in the show. Otherwise, I will admit I was kind of surprised that there was actually a grade for if you have any friends or not, because at least when I was in school, while we did have teachers that really encouraged us to make friends or to have friends, they never graded us for it. Although maybe that's different now for people in school now, who knows? And maybe it was just to give a conflict for Lisa within a school setting. And and actually, now that I think about it, maybe that's the reason why Lisa is still in school, even though some supplementary material had mentioned that she graduated from college already. And we have seen in the show itself that Lisa actually teaches at the nearby college in Royal Woods, or yeah, the Royal Woods College. So, yeah, I guess you could say that Lisa still goes to school despite graduating college, more so for the social part of life than anything else. So, maybe that's what they were trying to explain with this segment. Who knows? But overall, yeah, I enjoyed this segment, and I do favor it over the A segment. But like I said before, I don't dislike the A segment. I just felt that the B segment was overall stronger, but the A segment was still enjoyable for me. And yeah, because this one actually gave us a Lisa important segment that was well executed, because I wasn't really too fond of snowboard or making the grade, so I definitely appreciated this segment a lot. And with that said, we've now discussed both segments of episode 46 on this channel. Take care, and until next time.